Hello, are you considering getting the MäksēLife Daily Quarterly Planner? If you are, please stick around as I've got some considerations for you to think about, as well as a walkthrough of how I have been using the layout. Hey, this is Katie from Crafting Ruby Dreams, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about planners, goal setting, writing, publishing, and getting right with my finances. So I'm going to walk you through the current options as of November 2021 for the MäksēLife daily layout. The first option is the quarterly coiled planners, and these are $58 each. So not for a set of four, just for one quarter, $58 USD. They're A5 size, undated, with monthly, weekly, and daily layouts. It covers 3 months with 5 weeks per month as it is an undated product. It has an integrated goal setting system for the quarter, and the paper is of 120 GSM, which is the same as the other MäksēLife planners. The second option is the quarterly planner inserts. These are $44 per pack, again, USD. Also A5 sized and undated. These are the guts of the planner only, which means there's no coil and no cover included, and they come unpunched, so you can make them punched for rings or discs. The paper is also 120 GSM. One of the particular drawbacks of this planner in November 2021 is that it is going to be limited quantities at launch. Depending on how things go, this may be a product that is brought back. MäksēLife is looking to determine what the demand is for products like this. The third option is the daily sticky pad. It is $10 per pad, again USD. It is 60 sheets per pad, and it is 80 GSM paper. So this is a thinner paper than all of the other pre-printed planner products. And the fourth option for this layout is the printable. It is free on their website, but you do have to sign up for their newsletter in order to get access to their printables library. If you want this printed, you are going to have to print your own, which means that the cost for this is the cost of providing paper and ink. Reasons why you should consider each. For the first option, which is the coiled bound book, you prefer quarterly planning or goal setting. Your budget allows for it, and you prefer daily planning, and you do it almost every single day. For the second option, which is the pre-printed inserts, all the same reasons as above, but you prefer your own binding system such as rings or discs, or you need to save some money off of the cost. For the third option, which is the daily sticky pad, you don't need to use the daily layout every single day, or you need to be very conscious of what you're spending with regards to your planning supplies. Here's an example for you to be able to get the daily layout plus the MäksēLife goal setting system. To cover the entire year, you would need 7 pads of the daily sticky note. So $10 each, that is $70. To get the goal setting system, the complete whole goal setting system, get the companion notebooks, which are $56 each. So those are for the 7 notepads plus the companion notebooks, it's $126. So that's more than the flagship planner, which is $76. But what you can do with this is that you can buy just the companion notebooks and maybe 2 pads of the sticky notes at launch, and that would be the same price as the flagship planner, and you can spread out the cost of this option throughout the course of the year because all undated products will be restocked as needed in the shop. But also, if the flagship planner is too big of an item for you, just physical size wise, or weekly planning just isn't how you think it really is the daily planning, again, total cost, this is more, but then you are getting all of the goal setting system and you are getting the style of planning, daily planning that works best for you without the cost of the full quarterly planners. For the fourth option, which is the printable, the thing is, this is great for testing the layout in the first place to see if that's going to work for you in the way that you think. If you want the A5 size experience, you will have to cut down paper unless you have a printer and actual A5 size paper and printer capable of printing on that format. This is another option for those who have to be extremely cost conscious of what they are spending on their planner supplies, or you just prefer to mark it up digitally. Speaking of digital, quick aside, there will be annual planners available in a digital format. This is not digital printable format. This is designed in order to work with notes such as GoodNotes, Notability, Android apps of similar function. It is for digital planning, not I'm going to buy a digital file and print this out on my own. But if you want to be able to print something, those are the files that they have made available for free in their printables library. And I did say for the digital planner that it will be the annual. It was only going to be for the weekly, so vertical or horizontal layout options. They are looking into providing a daily digital planner, but that is not going to be for 2022. The earliest that is likely to happen is for the 2023 launch year. Hey, this is Editing Katie, and I realized that I did not actually address the fact that there will be an insert available, a digital insert, for the daily layout for 2022. It will be an additional $8 on top of the $40 for the digital planner. But if you buy it during the digital launch week of December 1st through 7th, it will be a free add-on. So if you want the 2022 annual planner with the vertical or horizontal layout plus the daily add-in, you can get that either for a total of $40 during launch week or total of $48. And just as a reminder, for the daily printable, you get as part of that particular printable both the Hobonichi Weeks style weekly layout with all 7 days on one page in a horizontal layout plus the daily page. So next up, I'm going to do a walkthrough of how I have been using the printable, and so you can see how I've been making the layout work for me and customizing it for what I need on any particular day. And I will also do a plan with me for today, Saturday, November 13th. I hope you'll join me. Hello, so this is the printable for the MäksēLife daily layout, and it actually comes with the weekly layout for the daily planner. So as I mentioned earlier, it's got Hobonichi style, one page Monday through Sunday, and it's a horizontal. I haven't played with this layout too much, but I'm sure I will once I get the planner. So what I have been playing with is the layout for the actual day of the week. And as you can see, I've just printed this out on 8.5 by 11 paper, which means to cut it down, I had to have some cutting mechanism, and instead of using a scissors, I happen to have a guillotine cutter, and I really enjoy that. It made things a lot easier. They're not quite cut to A5 size just because it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to do that. But I got as close as I could. And honestly, my printer does not always print things square on the page. So even though one page would be perfectly square and fine, the next page would not be square. So there's some, you'll see in some of the printouts that I've used that they're a little off kilter. So this has been really helpful in figuring out if I like this layout in the first place, if I could figure out ways to use it. And I'm going to show you, I've been doing this for nearly almost 2 full weeks, and I will show you how I've done. I'm going to zoom in, so please pause. So this was the first day that I did this, and this is just extremely basic pen and paper because I just wasn't quite sure. And you've got these 2 shaded spots. One is for date and one is for focus, and then these 3 dots followed by what appears to be a schedule that you can use. You can turn it into a checklist, like the very long checklist, or use it however you want. I personally do like doing the schedule. And then at the bottom, you have this space of dot grid and then 3 shaded boxes at the bottom. I tend to use them for meal planning for the day. I started it off by doing, for the tasks, doing calls, chores, self-development, and self-care. And then I put the schedule, and I just did a few time slots for my work schedule because this is not my work planner. I have a work planner that I record everything that I do for the most part for work. And so I don't need to duplicate it, but I will sometimes put, as you will see, like meetings or webinars without any specific details, just as a reminder. It's like, oh wait, I have to make sure I have this time mentally set aside. And then I just did focus, reflect. I did these for priorities, and then I didn't do much else. It was kind of like, oh, okay, this is all right. I like it, but not really feeling it. And then I started watching some YouTube videos by Julie of Julie's Plans, as well as seeing her posts on Instagram and a few posts from other people who are using the same printout on Instagram. And I started getting ideas of how else I can use this planner. And typically, I'm a very functional planner. My work planner is just, when I first started using that particular planner and putting in things besides my work stuff, I use color-coded pens. I love color-coded pens. It's kind of how I started out planning like 20 plus years ago. But I've gotten to be very simple, functional, not a whole lot of decorative. I started off doing decorative stuff in the MäksēLife flagship planner for 2021. And it was great. It was cute. It was fun. It was a lot of work, and more work than I honestly really would feel like putting into, because it was a few hours. The people who can do the kinds of layouts I was doing in 15 minutes, I'm in awe, honestly. For me, because I was just so sucked into the process, it would take me 2 to 3 hours to do that. And I was just like, no, this is more time than I really wanted to do. And so then I moved to just doing pen and highlighter. So you'll see that in an upcoming video about how I use my 2021 MäksēLife. I was thinking, okay, this is just going to be pen and paper again, my ultra functional way of doing things. And so this was from October 27th. And I was like, okay, we'll just set that to the side. And then, like I said, I saw some of Julie's stuff as well as things other people were doing. And I made the decision that for November, because I was going to try and do NaNoWriMo, and because I really need to work on my confidence with regards to being a writer, that's part of the coming out of burnout process for me. I would use this dot grid space as a way to write affirmations, reminders, things to help build up my confidence with regards to, yes, I am a writer, and yes, I do know my stuff. So again, I continued using the 3 shaded boxes for my meal planning. And the reason you see this washi at the top is because since these are just single sheets, I put them up on the wall next to my work computer where I spend most of the day during the week. So these are just basically posted on the wall. So I'll have to figure out what I'll do about that when I get the actual coiled planner. But honestly, having them posted up on the wall as a quick reference, it's been kind of helpful. So I started doing to-do, chores, self-development, again with priorities, and then just blocking out this work. So the very mangled M in this is because I originally wrote N. I don't know why. And then I pulled out one of my fancier pens and wrote this particular reminder / affirmation to myself. And then again, very similar for the second, and tasks, chores, and then a moment of joy. I wanted to read fiction, so I was thinking about, okay, maybe breaking these into particular areas of life, and that's something I may continue doing because I am playing with this area. Again, kept seeing posts on Instagram and YouTube, And again, still very simple. And this is the third, and here's the fourth. And this is where I was like, let's pull out some fun. I have a huge supply of sticker books that I've picked up at Michael's and Joann's over the years. So a lot of Happy Planner sticker books, like the Chrissy Ann Designs and other Craftsmith Co. Sticker books that recently came out earlier this year. I've got this stash of Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liners. I've got all of these sticker books filled with stickers from places like the Coffee Monsters Co. and Procrastiplanner, etc., that I'm just like, I need to use these because they're just sitting here not getting used. I need to use these. So not being beholden to a particular kit for the week actually freed me to start playing more with all of these items I've been accumulating over the last 20 months and longer in some cases. So don't be afraid for your very functional planner, because this is still going to be very functional for me. Be creative with it and let your creative drive just run. And it's also a great way to use up when you have orders from sticker companies. You often get samplers. So just pick through your samplers, see what you can use, because it's only for a day. It doesn't have to match for the entire week. You can change how you do things from day to day, like I was doing for this. So I've moved on to doing tasks and then breaking out other things. Like this particular day, I had some cook prep that I had to do over the course of the day because I was doing a live stream on YouTube that night. And again, I'm using up the stickers and playing with these pens that I have this huge supply of pens that I've barely touched. So I started digging deeper. So again, here's a Happy Planner and using the Staedtler Tri-Plus and getting fun with what I am doing with these. And then here, let's see. And for this one, I ended up pulling out washi from Simply Gilded and the 10mm and some things from Chrissy Ann Design samplers and leftover kits. And it's just fun. So I have like tasks, I have specific chores, and here's my schedule. And this was, I believe, all right, 4th. I did the 5th, so 5th was a Friday, so 6th. I skipped the 6th. So this was a Sunday. So for Sundays, basically on weekends, I don't really put down specific schedules because it's just me. And so whenever I get stuff done is when I get stuff done. Unlike, say, the 5th, where I've got a specific time that I have to be at work and I need to block that out as a reminder. It's like I am working. So here we have the 7th. And here's the 8th. Again, I'm having fun with the various stickers. And this one I moved to just do similar to using the washi, having headers for each section. And what I started doing this week was using my mild liners. I have a whole bunch of mild liners, not just this 25 pack. And so making those, and you can see here with my work schedule, again, the work in the meeting. And here on Tuesday, I had a webinar as well. And this reminder that I want to focus on not spending money if at all possible. And so I've got the tasks and I have reminders, I have my schedule, I have my priorities, and I'm still doing the focus. And it's things just kind of like big overview, but I'm having fun with using up all of these stickers that have just been lying on my shelves unused for years in some cases. And so we have the 11th. This particular one ended up not getting put up because I was off work that day. So then we have the 12th. So I decided to kind of do a color theme with this particular one. So let's go ahead and do a plan with me really quickly for today, Saturday the 13th. Admittedly, when I'm filming this, it's towards the end of the day, but that way you get an idea as to how this can all work for you. And plus, I still need to write my reminders myself about I am a good writer and I know my stuff. So we'll just go ahead, and I'm just using an Energel Klena. I love this pen. And do 11, 13, 21. And I'm going to go ahead and just, oops, just run it across. And I just start with these three, oops, because I want to fill this in before I know. I don't want to guess and limit myself as to how many task stuff before I do any reminders. And I may not do reminders since today's not a work day. And I'm just going to do so we'll do. Now, one thing I do want to note is that as part of kind of like a brain dump situation that I do, journaling every morning and evening, I do that in Notion, and part of that process is also doing action items for the day. So I either do them the night before or as part of my morning brain dump, and so I kind of draw on that for specific tasks that need to get done, because it's a way for me to calm my anxiety, to just get them out as I'm thinking about it. So let's see.
I've done my best and my worst, learned my lessons. No matter how hard my life would treat me, I'd always get right back up, never worry. 'Cause I got a million reasons to keep holding on. Yeah, I got all that it takes to win and overcome. What I got is just a feeling, but it's oh so strong. It goes on and on and on. There's something going on inside of me. I feel it growing stronger every beat. I never just believe in what I see.
And this is what I do to like keep things simple on the weekends. I do AM, USPS, CVS, and Ross. That's where I went to pick up the suitcase. And then PM, YouTube, videos. All right, and then I give myself the space of a couple of check marks so that if something comes up in the course of the day, I can add that in. Oh, I just remembered, because I haven't done anything yet.
I can feel the energy.
So do this. And give it a moment to dry.
I've met my demons one too many times. They taught me lows are what makes you feel so high. No matter how far my mind would wander.
So next thing I'm going to do is to go through my Christiane designs, and this is the self-care particular set. And let's see if I can find anything that's Ooh. You know what, since one of my goals is writing, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this, write it down. I really love the holographic foil on this, so thank you, Chrissy. And just put that there, and then take the Tri-Plus. I'm not gonna try and write in yellow because that can be too hard to read, but I will do my favorite green. And let's see, what's right for my affirmation, building myself up as a writer.
I'd always dare it to go even farther, 'cause I got a million reasons to keep holding on. Yeah, I got all that it takes to win and overcome. What I got is just a feeling, but it's oh so strong. It goes on and on and on. There's something going on inside of me.
That's reasonable. I think I already did that once, but that's okay. I can always use the reminder that I come up with really darn intriguing ideas. We'll talk about actually finishing the manuscripts a whole nother time, but I at least have really fun ideas. And then finally, my meal plan, almost finally. So cereal, cheese and crackers because it's Saturday. And then for dinner tonight, oh, that went over, whatever. Don't know. I have to consult. I'm horrible with this kind of stuff on weekends. It's lucky that I'm just me and I don't have anybody else to be responsible for. And let's see, the focus is create. Because I'm creating videos, I am creating words for manuscripts. So that is how I plan for a day. It's still fairly simple and functional, but it's still fun. Here, let me go through this just to see if there's anything in here. I do like in these sets that Chrissy did kits, full kits. Oops. Treat yourself. Yeah, I would love to treat myself. So, let's see. Since I have reading, I'm gonna go ahead and pull off this little book here. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that right there. So that is my plan for November 13th, 2021. I'll get to cross a lot of this off, and I hope you have found this useful in deciding whether or not the daily layout, whether you get it as part of the planner or if you get the daily sticky pad or even just the printable from MäksēLife, that it is useful. So just as a reminder, if you choose to buy through the links to MäksēLife in the description below, those are affiliate links. I am an affiliate of MäksēLife, but honestly, I really do love this system, and I'm always happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much for joining me today, and may all your dreams be Ruby dreams. Bye-bye.